Despite the presence of humankind for countless number of years, there remain mysteries.
You'll have skulls stacked in other places. It's almost like a warehouse of human bones.
Embedded deep and around the planet.
Sort of human-like, only much bigger.
Ferocious and huge man-eating giants.
That were never believed to have existed until they were seen. Stick around to learn about shocking mysteries of the most disturbing discoveries.
Here we've got a chamber which is absolutely covered in witch marks.
At Cresswell Crags, a limestone gorge in Derbyshire, England, researchers discovered intriguing witch marks etched into cave walls. These markings, found in the caves during a 19th century excavation, date back to the 17th century and were believed to ward off evil spirits and witches. The symbols include patterns, crosses, and inscriptions created by early inhabitants to protect themselves from supernatural threats. The discovery provides insight into the local folklore and superstitions of the period. The caves themselves, used for habitation and rituals during the Ice Age, also contain prehistoric rock art and animal remains, highlighting their historical and cultural significance.
The evil spirits would rise out of these depths, and the purpose of the marks was to trap them, preventing them from escaping into the outside world.
Cyclops skull. While many dream of finding treasure while digging, these farmers uncovered a remarkable piece of history. In the Midwest, farmers plowing their newly acquired land for the first time discovered an extremely large skull. The skull resembled that of a giant human with a single eye socket in the center. Archaeologists studied the fossil, which was carbon dated to be at least 3 million years old. The body is estimated to have stood 9 feet tall and weighed 6 tons. This incredible discovery left many baffled, with some quickly dubbing it the remains of a Cyclops due to its unique features. Catacombs of Paris.
When you walk in there, you'll see bones stacked. They're everywhere. You'll have skulls stacked in other places. It's almost like a warehouse of human bones.
The Catacombs of Paris are an underground usury holding the remains of over 6 million people. Created in the late 18th century to alleviate the city's overflowing cemeteries, the bones were transferred from cemeteries to the former limestone quarries beneath Paris. Open to the public in 1809, the catacombs span over 200 miles of tunnels, though only a small section is accessible for tours. The usury is a macabre yet fascinating tourist attraction, featuring neatly arranged skulls and bones. It serves as a historical reminder of Paris's past issues with overcrowded burial grounds. Mummy of unlikely condition. In November 2021, a video surfaced showing a mummy in a fetal position, tied with ropes, discovered in Peru. The mummy was found in a marked hole about 6.5 feet deep. As they dug deeper, they unearthed a burial site in Cara Majarcal, revealing an infant's garment bundle, an artisanal ornament, ceramics, and a cocoon shape tied with the same string as the mummy. Experts estimate the remains to be between 800 and 1200 years old.
The mummy of an inhabitant of the High Andean region. It was buried approximately between 800 or 1200 AD.
Biblical scrolls discovery.
This is quite a discovery. Fragments of a biblical scroll, along with other relics, have been found in desert caves in Israel.
Nearly 2,000-year-old fragments of biblical scrolls were discovered in an Israeli cave in March 2021. These are believed to be hidden during a Jewish revolt against Rome nearly 1900 years ago. Around 80 parchment fragments with Greek text from the books of Zechariah and Nahum were found. These 2nd century AD scrolls were unearthed alongside other ancient artifacts, including a 6,000-year-old mummified child, a 10,500-year-old Neolithic basket, and various delicate organic materials preserved by the arid climate. This marks the first new Dead Sea Scroll discovery in 60 years, found in the Cave of Horror, named for the 40 skeletons uncovered there in the 1960s. Large mammoth bone cache. In Mexico, archaeologists discovered a prehistoric graveyard with bones of at least 200 mammoths near a construction site in Santa Lucia. This site is now considered the world's largest treasure trove of ancient mammoth bones. Ruben Manzilla, the leading archaeologist, noted that the mammoths likely died from getting trapped in muddy grounds or being hunted by predators. In another discovery near Tultepec, while installing drains, experts found fossilized mammoth bones scattered around, suggesting they were cut up by humans for meat and pelt around 14,000 years ago. This area, once a shallow lake, trapped the heavy mammoths, leading to their demise. Dragon fossil. You can't ever expect to know what you might find deep down the shaft. Two workers were boring down a hole looking for water, where they found a preserved fossilized head of a dragon. The discovery was made after they had dug several meters beneath the ground, hoping to set up a water well for their village. The diggers initially took it to be a head of some unknown animal, until the footage was uploaded on the internet, where it was identified by the shape and size to be a dragon. Myth proven into reality. It appears that unicorns may not be mere myths after all, even if they are now extinct. In February 2021, a private property owner unearthed a massive skull while digging in his yard. Initially, it looked like the skull of a horse or a moose, but the discovery of a horn quickly identified it as that of a unicorn. The footage of this find seems quite convincing, lending credence to the possibility that unicorns once roamed the earth. Curse in disguise. Chinese miners in Africa encountered a terrifying experience while mining for gold and diamonds. Initially mistaking the disturbance for a broken pipe, they soon heard disturbing sounds reminiscent of hell. The incident, captured in a viral TikTok, shows the miners hastily fleeing a cave at the undisclosed site. The video, garnering over 450,000 likes and 5,000 comments, depicts the men in a state of panic. The TikToker, whose identity remains unknown, suggests they encountered an inexplicable event. Netizens are intrigued and puzzled, flooding the comments with questions and speculations about the nature of the occurrence. Hidden artifacts uncovered. Although the odds of finding hidden or lost ancient treasure is very low, it is never zero. A treasure hunter who, after following the clues of hidden treasure, found a hidden entrance to a cave. Upon reaching within, he started to scan all over the area with a metal detector, at which point he found a secret passage. In it was a box with the Star of David that held various different kinds of artifacts, and some pieces of jewelry dating back to an unknown era. Possible Ark of Covenant. Judging by the size, make, and location, its finders are convinced of what its actual nature could be. In April 2019, Jerusalem, a group of treasure hunters, claimed to have not only found and also extracted out the Ark of the Covenant, a chest that holds tablets engraved with the 10 Commandments. According to the Hebrew Bible, the Ark was constructed by the Israelites with the guidance of Moses. The original Ark is believed to be made of acacia wood and covered in gold, featuring a lid called the mercy seat, adorned with 2 golden cherubim. The nature of this find, however, is left unconfirmed if it is authentic or not. Neanderthal man.
Italian archaeologists have found the remains of 9 Neanderthals in a cave near Rome.
The Neanderthals, believed to be the closest relatives of Homo sapiens, perished approximately 40,000 years ago. While excavating an Italian cave, archaeologists discovered remarkable finds at the same site, where a Neanderthal skull was unearthed in 1939. Fossilized skull fragments and fractured jaw bones were found within Rome's prehistoric cave. The remains included 7 adult males, a woman, and a young boy who had fallen prey to hyenas and were dragged to their lair. These remains were preserved when the cave's entrance was sealed off by an ancient natural calamity, offering a unique glimpse into Neanderthal life and death. Hair Museum. Of all the collected trophies over the course of human existence, this has to be one of the largest collections. The Hair Museum in Avanos, Turkey, is a unique and quirky attraction founded by potter Chez Gallup. The museum displays over 16,000 locks of hair from women worldwide, along with their names and addresses. This unusual collection began in 1979 when a friend left a piece of her hair as a memento. The museum is housed in a cave beneath Gallup's pottery shop. Visitors can add their hair to the collection, contributing to this ever-growing display. The museum's vast array of hair samples has earned it a spot in the Guinness World Records as one of the world's most unusual museums. Car Cave Blockade.
This is how we're living right now, doing some insane stuff, getting as close as we possibly can to the cars.
They are multiple tales of the origin of this cave that have been passed down through generations. According to one popular version, the caverns were once a sacred site used for ancient rituals and burials of all the lives lost to car-related accidents and tragedies. The other was that the cave was filled with thousands of abandoned cars in the late 20th century, when a local limestone quarry was repurposed as a dumping ground. During the 1970s and 1980s, scrapyards and authorities used the cavern to dispose of old and wrecked vehicles, pushing them into the cave's depths. Over time, the cavern accumulated a massive collection of cars, creating an underground graveyard. Cheddar Man. Cheddar Man, discovered in Gough's Cave in Somerset, England in 1903, is one of Britain's oldest and most complete skeletons, dating back about 9,000 years. DNA analysis reveals that this early Briton had dark skin, blue eyes, and curly hair, contrasting sharply with modern Europeans who typically have lighter skin. Cheddar Man belonged to the Western hunter-gatherer population, reflecting the genetic makeup of early European settlers. His robust build and dark complexion highlight significant differences from contemporary Europeans, who have evolved lighter skin tones due to climatic adaptations and dietary changes over millennia. This discovery provides valuable insights into the genetic and physical history of early Europeans. Neanderthal stone rings. In 1990, researchers uncovered ancient stone rings in Bronicle Cave, southwest France, revealing Neanderthal craftsmanship. The structures, made from about 400 broken stalagmites, date back around 176,000 years, predating modern humans in Europe. The rings, arranged in two distinct circles, suggest Neanderthals engaged in symbolic or ritualistic activities, challenging previous perceptions of their cognitive abilities. Found deep within the cave, these annular constructions highlight Neanderthals' sophisticated behavior and social organization. Although the exact purpose of the structure remains uncertain, their complex design and deliberate construction shed the light into the cultural practices and environmental adaptation of early Neanderthals. Hanging coffins. In the Philippines, Sagad town in the Mountain Province follows a unique and intriguing sight of a cave with hanging coffins. The coffins are being stacked and perched on cliffs in the cave for as far as 2,000 years. The ancient burial practice involves placing the deceased in wooden coffins that are either wedged into crevices or hung from the cliffs, reflecting the local Igorot people's beliefs about the afterlife. This method of burial is intended to bring the deceased closer to the ancestors. The coffins, now weathered and aged, provide insight into the region's rich cultural heritage and traditional funerary practices. 10,000 Buddhas Cave. The Shan Cave of the 10,000 Buddhas, located in Shan State, Myanmar, is a remarkable Buddhist pilgrimage site dating back to the 18th century. The cave contains thousands of Buddha images and statues, meticulously placed by devotees over centuries. These statues vary in size and style, reflecting different periods and artistic influences. The cave's interior is adorned with intricate carvings and inscriptions, showcasing the region's rich religious and cultural heritage. Visitors to the cave are often awed by the sheer number of Buddha images and the serene atmosphere, making it a significant spiritual and historical landmark in Myanmar. Azura Cave in Pharping. Gura Padasambhya's cave, located in the hills of Pharping, Nepal, is a revered pilgrimage site. Known as Assyria Cave, it is believed that Gara Padmasambha, who introduced Tantric Buddhism to Tibet in the 8th century, meditated here. The cave holds a handprint embedded in the stone attributed to the guru. symbolizing his spiritual power and presence. The site is surrounded by monasteries and stupas, attracting devotees and tourists alike. This handprint is a significant relic, representing the guru's lasting influence on Buddhism in the region. The cave serves as a place of meditation, reflection, and inspiration for many Buddhists. Cave-dwelling creature. While most ghosts or spirits in haunted areas seem to be there on their own will, this physical one looked to be locked up in there. A group of cave explorers in an undisclosed location were checking out this isolated cave, where after they were clearing a large amount of rock rubble, noticed a hidden room within the cave seconds before a bizarre figure appeared and quickly disappeared in a matter of milliseconds. The recorders believe this could have been a jinn in physical form, as it definitely didn't seem to be anything human or alien. Glowing eye silhouette. Deep in the Middle East, two men exploring a cave stumbled upon something terrifying. A gray creature with glowing eyes staring directly at them. Whispering to each other, they cautiously observed the mysterious being. The creature's true identity remains unknown, sparking various theories among netizens. Some speculated it might be a giant in hibernation, while others believe it to be a jinn. Skeptics, however, suggested it could just be a wild animal. Bizarre sewer inhabitant. When it comes to the sewer, they are far more pressing concerns than the filth and smell such as this. An Instagram reel that was shared by an unknown source on July 2, 2023, showed a view down the manhole for a long, thin, and slimy creature. Although it has the closest resemblance to that of a large python or anaconda, but looked to be something else entirely. It can be seen trying to move after being caught in a narrow space full of thick sewerage water. The footage was then shared on social media in hopes if someone could recognize the nature of this sewer inhabitant. Dragon mystery. Who knew this footage could make us wonder about the existence of mighty dragons? A wildlife researcher went on a quest to discover life in a dark tunnel network. But what he found was something even scientists couldn't explain. While examining the cave, he spotted a strange creature swimming in the water. At first, he thought it might just be a lizard, but when he got closer, it was anything but a lizard. It had a big snake-like head with a snake-like body, but unlike a snake, it had limbs and was moving in an eerie manner. As this footage made its way online, netizens were shocked. Even experts had no explanation about its identity, while others swore it might be the legendary Chinese dragon baby. Cave horror.
Hello?
We're not sure where in the world this video was captured, but it started with a guy exploring a cave when he heard strange sounds from within the darkness. The flashlight went out, and you could hear every breath as the guy seemed freaked out. After hearing insane, blood-curdling screams a few more times, he decided to get out of there. He tried to run and tried to maneuver around the rocks, but the screams kept coming. He reached an impassable area and got his flashlight together. That's when he saw it. A human-like creature appeared in the flashlight, growling and screaming. What happened next is still a mystery. What do you think that was? Was this real or another internet hoax? Alien encounter. A man was exploring an undiscovered cave in Nevada and found something out of this world. Armed with a flashlight and a camera, he spotted a bizarre creature on the floor. Upon closer inspection, it was clear this thing was definitely not from Earth. It had a pale body, a strange head, and bulging eyes, resembling a classic alien. It lay there with its hands crossed. As he examined the body, he was shocked when the hands started moving. In a panic, he decided to escape the place. Some said it might be linked to Area 51, while skeptics insisted it was a hoax. What was that thing? and what happened next is still a mystery. Mountain Witch. Curiosity often leads us to unexpected horrors. If you don't believe in witchcraft, you'll definitely change your mind after this. A man from the Middle East heard about a mountain witch and decided to lift the curtain on the rumors. He took his camera and went to the abandoned place in the mountains. What he found there was seriously disturbing. A woman wearing a pitch-black cloak was staring at him. At first he hesitated, but then started asking who she was. The witch screamed at him, warning him to get out. Her screams were terrifying, and she even threatened to turn him into dust if he didn't leave. Locals believe it was the mountain witch, capable of cruel acts if disturbed. Hunted reactor. In 2011, a radiation leak was detected in an abandoned World War II tunnel system. A group of engineers was sent to test radiation levels miles from the reactors. While examining the tunnels, their camera started malfunctioning. Strange EVPs, or electronic voice phenomena, were caught on tape during filming. If you listen carefully, you can hear a voice saying "closer" multiple times. And before they could process it, a ghostly figure emerged, looking into their eyes, and went straight into the walls. According to local reports, those tunnels were once used for mining, and later in World War II, and were not open to the public since then. The radiation level was low, though, high enough to wake spirits of wartime soldiers. Cave Devil. While traveling through the Middle Eastern desert, some locals heard a strange noise from a cave they went to examine. But what they encountered inside was something they'd never thought of. Inside the cave, there was a terrific entity. The appearance was strange. It had a dark face with a huge red dot on the face, which seemed to be its eye, and had spooky teeth, and was peeking from the corner and then backed off. The guys filming this entity were seriously concerned and terrified. As they uploaded this footage online, it sparked a series of wild theories. Many believed it to be an alien creature, or something we are not aware of. Dragon Sight. Sometimes the line between reality and fiction is so thin that we cannot distinguish between them. Take this for example. Somewhere in China, a villager set up a trail camera after noticing his cattle were gone missing. What he caught was truly mind-blowing. In the footage, a movement was captured of something massive coming toward the camera. At first, it looked like a common cattle walking in the direction, but as it got closer, it was something else entirely. It was a snake-like creature. And not just any snake, it was huge and had a horn on its head and spikes all over its back. Locals said it was definitely a dragon, just like those seen in Chinese folklore. What do you think it was? Cave Girl. Even in the darkest caves, light finds a way. A YouTuber known for exploring places most of us wouldn't was investigating a cave near Mount St. Helens in Washington. Deep inside the cave, he used smartphone's light to illuminate his surroundings. Then he and his team heard screams of a child and then came across something so unexpected there were almost no words for it. A little girl, clearly lost, alone, and afraid.
Come with us.
Hey Josh, do you see those the couple that was back there?
The girl couldn't speak English, making communication difficult.
English?
I don't know
You speak English? No English.
No?
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Her parents, who were near the cave entrance, were eventually tracked down and brought to their daughter, who was cold and alone for who knows how long. The family was reunited, and hopefully they won't face any more crazy instances like this again. Sewer blob. Sometimes the most ordinary tasks lead to the most extraordinary discoveries. A man attempting to fix a clogged up pipe discovered something disturbing. He sent a remote control camera into the sewer and found a fleshy tumor-like blob pulsing and attached to the sewer walls. He uploaded this footage on social media, sparking a ton of theories. Some said it might have an alien origin and compared it to venom. but experts had a possible explanation. According to them, it might just be microorganisms forming a colony. What are your thoughts about this? Tell us in the comments section. Bigfoot proof. This might be the possible proof of Bigfoot. This footage released in 2005 showed a huge humanoid creature moving eerily toward an installed camera. It was covered in hair with facial features not visible, and the creature seemed alert. When it noticed the camera, or possibly the cameraman, it charged with a terrifying voice. What happened next remains unknown. Skeptics suggest it might be a person wearing a cloak, while many claim it's the real deal. What are your thoughts on this? Ratman mystery. Caves hold secrets we can never imagine. Take this for example. While exploring a cave, a man spotted a strange dark figure. He went to investigate with his team and found a dark figure with a face resembling a rat. The man even tried to touch it but backed away when it moved. What was that thing? People had divided thoughts on it. Some said it might be an elaborate hoax, while many insisted it was a real rat man. The true identity of the creature is still unknown, and I guess may never know for sure. What are your thoughts on this mystery? Prehistoric skeleton. While exploring an abandoned cave in Thailand, a tourist stumbled upon something out of prehistoric times. A giant skeleton with massive bones perfectly intact. Strange bones scattered around suggested they might belong to another animal or something unknown. When he uploaded the footage online, opinions were split. Some called it a cleverly crafted hoax, pointing to railings suggesting it was a setup, while others believed the claim. But I did some digging and found out it was indeed an art piece to attract tourists. Crystal Cave. Sometimes the most beautiful places are the most dangerous, and the IKEA cave is the perfect fit for this. In 2000, miners were drilling away, expecting to strike gold, but instead they uncovered something extraordinary. Crystals, massive ones you could stroll right over. This cave is known as the Crystal Cave of Nicaea.
This crystal probably weighs about 50 tons, but yet it was snapped like it was a piece of dry spaghetti.
But all that glitters is not gold. This cave is considered one of the most dangerous on Earth. It's so hot that if you entered unprotected, you might get heat stroke within seconds. The average temperature is 50 degrees Celsius with 90% humidity. But why is this cave so hot? Well, it's situated right above a fault, and underneath this fault lies a chamber of magma, heating it up constantly, making it too hot to handle. Sewer horror. Curiosity sometimes uncovers our deepest fears. A man installed a remote control camera and sent it into the sewer, hoping for something insane. What he captured was straight out of a nightmare. The camera revealed something moving in the corner, almost like someone peeking out with glowing eyes. Initially, the thing wasn't very visible, but it appeared again, and this time it was clearly resembling the infamous rake creature with glowing eyes. When the man tried to take a closer look, the creature vanished. This footage sparked a wild debate. Some said it was a rake, while others claimed it was a lizard man. What do you think it was? Share your thoughts below. Well creature. A Russian man was walking in the countryside searching for his dog, which had run towards an abandoned settlement in the woods. While recording his research, he heard strange noises coming from an old well nearby. When he approached the well, he encountered an otherworldly creature. Thinking his dog might have fallen in, he peered into the well and saw something terrifying. A pale, hairless humanoid with flaming, glowing eyes staring directly at the camera. Spooked, he fled from the scene, leaving the mystery unsolved. What the creature was and the fate of the dog remains unknown. Sometimes the scariest mysteries are the ones we can't explain. Lemur graveyard. In 2015, scientists uncovered an underwater graveyard that could unlock the mystery of lost lemur species. A dive team discovered an enormous cache of giant lemur bones at the bottom of Avon Cave in Madagascar's national park. The findings shocked researchers. Some lemur skeletons were as large as gorillas and disappeared between 500 and 2,000 years ago, possibly due to human hunting. How they ended up in the cave remains a mystery. Some bones might have washed in over the years, while others may have ended up there. Jinn Castle. An explorer decided to tackle the infamous Jinn Castle, known for its eerie reputation. The explorer, though nervous, stepped inside. What he found was chilling. There was a mix of old bones and what looked like a mummified fox. The castle's spooky vibe definitely lived up to its name. According to local legends, the cave was infamous for strange sightings, creepy sounds, and unexplained disappearances linked to the place. The castle is said to have an underground prison and secret passages with a dark history of military use. Could this be a sign of something more sinister? Open discussion. Now it's time for an open discussion. A group of men were casually strolling in a mountainous area when they stumbled upon a deep, undiscovered cave. Inside, they were shocked to find huge humanoid statues, either carved or petrified men. One statue was so massive, it could be called a giant. What intrigued them further was when they zoomed in on the feet of one statue. The shoes were real, not made of stone but leather. So what were these? Could these be trapped giants inside the cave? Or is there another explanation? Share your thoughts below. Thank you very much for watching the video. Share in the comments and do like the video and share it with your friends. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to not miss any of the upcoming amazing videos. Thank you once again.